Progressive rock or prog rock is a subgenre of rock music. It emerged in the late 1960s. Prog rock is known for its musical complexity. It often features long songs. These songs have shifting time signatures and intricate instrumental sections. Lyrical themes are often philosophical or fantastical. Prog rock musicians value experimentation. They blend different genres. These include classical, jazz, and electronic music. This creates a unique and innovative sound. Prog rock emphasizes musicianship. Bands often have skilled instrumentalists. Keyboards, guitars, and drums are prominent in prog. Vocals can be operatic or more traditional. The music aims to push boundaries. It challenges conventional song structures. This results in a rich and immersive listening experience. Prog rock is a testament to the creative possibilities within rock music. The 1960s saw the rise of psychedelic rock. Bands like Pink Floyd, the Beatles, and Jimi Hendrix were key. This era was a time of experimentation. Bands explored new sounds and altered states of consciousness. Psychedelic music used distorted guitars. It had echoing vocals and experimental recording techniques. These elements influenced the development of prog rock. Pink Floyd, in their early days, exemplified this shift. Their early albums, like The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, were psychedelic. They had whimsical lyrics and extended instrumental passages. These songs often explored themes of fantasy and introspection. This foreshadowed the conceptual themes of their later prog rock works. The psychedelic movement created a space for musical exploration. This paved the way for prog rock's complex compositions. These bands planted the seeds for the prog rock revolution to come. By the early 1970s, Pink Floyd transitioned from psychedelia to prog rock. Their album Medal, 1971, marked a turning point. The song Echoes showcased their evolving sound. It is a 23-minute epic. This song features extended instrumental sections and atmospheric soundscapes. Pink Floyd's albums became concept-driven. The Dark Side of the Moon, 1973, explored themes of madness and societal pressures. These albums featured complex musical arrangements. They had philosophical lyrics. They incorporated elements of classical music and experimental sound effects. This cemented their status as prog rock pioneers. Pink Floyd's transformation demonstrated the genre's evolution. It moved from psychedelic experimentation to complex and conceptual music. They inspired countless other bands to follow in their footsteps. The 1970s marked the golden age of progressive rock. Bands like Yes and Genesis achieved mainstream success. Their music pushed the boundaries of rock. Yes, known for their virtuoso musicianship, released iconic albums. These included the Yes album, 1971, and Close to the Edge, 1972. Their songs often featured complex time signatures and extended instrumental passages. Genesis, with Peter Gabriel's theatrical stage presence, explored fantastical narratives. Their album Selling England by the Pound, 1973, is a prime example. It blended prog rock with folk influences. These bands, along with others like King Crimson and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, defined the prog rock sound. They influenced a generation of musicians. They cemented prog rock's place in music history. Section 5. Grand spectacles and sonic tapestries, prog's extravaganza. Progressive rock in the 1970s was known for its elaborate live performances. Concerts became theatrical experiences. Bands used elaborate stage setups. Lasers, light shows, and pyrotechnics enhanced the music. These shows were a feast for the senses. They aimed to transport audiences to other worlds. Musically, prog rock explored complex soundscapes. Bands combined rock instruments with orchestral elements. They used synthesizers, mellotrons, and other keyboards. This created a rich and layered sound. Long multi-part songs became a hallmark of the genre. These songs took listeners on a journey. These elements showcased the ambition and artistry of prog rock. They cemented its reputation as a genre that pushed creative boundaries. Section 6, Punk, New Wave and Metal. The 80s challenge to prog. The late 1970s and early 1980s saw a shift in the musical landscape. Punk rock emerged as a raw and rebellious counter-movement. It rejected the complexity and perceived elitism of prog rock. Punk emphasized simplicity and DIY ethics. New wave music, with its catchy melodies and electronic influences, also gained popularity. Heavy metal, with its distorted guitars and aggressive sound, offered a different kind of intensity. These genres challenged prog rock's dominance. The rise of MTV also played a role. Music videos favored shorter, more visually engaging songs. This made it difficult for prog rock's lengthy compositions to compete. Progressive rock, once at the forefront of popular music, faced a decline in popularity. Section 7. Adapting to the times, Kansas, Genesis and mainstream prog. Some progressive rock bands adapted to the changing musical climate. Kansas, known for their blend of prog and hard rock, achieved mainstream success with their album Point of No Return in 1977. The hit single Dust in the Wind showcased their ability to write more concise and radio-friendly songs. Genesis, after Peter Gabriel's departure, moved towards a more pop-oriented sound with Phil Collins as frontman. Their albums Duke in 1980 and Invisible Touch in 1986 produced multiple chart-topping hits. This shift towards accessibility allowed them to maintain their popularity. These bands demonstrated that prog rock could evolve and find a place within the changing musical landscape. They struck a balance between their progressive roots and commercial appeal. Section 8. Progressive rock today. A blending of genres. Progressive rock may not dominate the charts as it did in the 1970s, but it continues to thrive. Contemporary prog bands blend the genre's signature elements with influences from other genres. This includes alternative rock, metal and electronic music. Bands like Radiohead, Muse and Opeth have incorporated progressive elements into their music. They experiment with song structures, time signatures and atmospheric soundscapes. This fusion of genres has introduced prog rock to a new generation of listeners. It has kept the spirit of innovation alive. Section 9. Neo-prog and prog metal, carrying the torch forward. In addition to mainstream adaptations, dedicated subgenres of progressive rock have emerged. Neo-progressive rock, or neo-prog, emerged in the 1980s. Bands like Marillion, IQ and Pendragon carry the torch of classic prog. They often draw inspiration from bands like Genesis and Yes. Progressive metal, or prog metal, combines the complexity of prog with the intensity of heavy metal. Bands like Dream Theater, Tool and Opeth have pushed the boundaries of both genres. They create music that is both technically dazzling and emotionally powerful. These subgenres demonstrate the enduring legacy of progressive rock. They highlight its ability to evolve and inspire new generations of musicians. Section 10. A timeless genre, prog's enduring legacy. Progressive rock, from its psychedelic roots to its modern-day incarnations, has left an indelible mark on music history. Its emphasis on musicianship, experimentation, and pushing creative boundaries has inspired countless artists across genres. While its popularity has ebbed and flowed, prog rock has never truly gone away. Its influence can be heard in various forms of music today. The cyclical nature of music suggests that prog rock will likely experience a resurgence in popularity. Its timeless qualities, such as complex compositions and thought-provoking lyrics, continue to resonate with listeners. Whether it's the grandiosity of the 1970s classics or the innovative sounds of modern prog, the genre remains a testament to the boundless creativity within rock music. Progressive rock's legacy is one of innovation, ambition, and a relentless pursuit of pushing the boundaries of what music can be.